AI is changing how insurance agents work. We've been helping local insurance agents take aged leads and turn them into revenue. So if I asked you what goes into your day, it's probably not just closing. There's probably a lot of chasing. Most agents that I talk to aren't short on activity. There's calls, there's follow-ups, there's client questions, but your pipeline doesn't necessarily represent that. And if you take a look at your time, you may be spending all of your time just in chasing. And here's the part that nobody really says out loud, that a lot of your time isn't spent talking to people. It's true that you spend time trying to reach them, but it's not a lot of time in talking. And this isn't a new problem. The old way was that there's always been tools for dialing, lists, systems, and now there's auto dialers. But with an auto dialer, you need to be tethered to the headset and waiting for the call to connect. But they all require you to do the work. So this is where I come in. I'm Connie Lund, and I love new technology. I grew up in Minnesota, and I was a public librarian in Crookston for 10 years, and I brought in Wi-Fi to the branches and an online card catalog. Then I moved to doing online marketing for early stage startups for the last 20 years. Then last year, I found out that I was going to have a granddaughter, and so I moved back to Minnesota to be near their family. Then I found Voice AI last fall, and Bill, my partner, we realized that this was the tool that could solve a lot of problems for insurance agents. So last fall, we partnered with an insurance agency and we built Zoboom for them and their processes. So this is what a Voice AI has brought us. It's changed the way we can do outreach, and outreach can be handled for you. And this isn't new, but it's not like you're outsourcing it to offshore. So I want to show you what we're doing. So Voice AI can now handle the calling, managing of objections, having the first interaction, verifying information needed to give a quote, doing a warm transfer when someone is ready to get a quote. And the amazing thing is that our AIs never tire of the calling grind or that feel of rejection. So AI does more than just dialing, but it's connecting and having a human-like conversation. It gathers their information, passes it over to you, so you can focus on the closing and you can do things that are important to you. So this changes your day. You're not spending hours trying to reach people. You're talking to the ones who have actually answered. So our focus is on the aged leads in your CRM, that no one's calling anymore. You've paid for them, but they've never closed. So as you get new leads in, everybody's excited to work them, and you work them fast. The aged leads is what the AI works for you. Everybody has them, and they just sit around. So what our tool Zoboom does is it calls the leads that your team doesn't have time to reach. It works through and finds out who answers, who's interested, and hands them back to you. So we have worked with a Minnesota agent, and in 3 weeks, we took the aged leads and the AIs spent 80 hours a week calling. The agent and his team didn't spend any time. He generated 5 quotes, and the money that's going to be coming in from those quotes was already in his CRM. But honestly, the biggest shift isn't more conversation and more quotes. It's this. You get your time back. And now you have a different problem. You have your older leads being worked. You have a voice AI that's calling them. So what do you do with that time? So over the last 10 years in social media, this has become a thing where you're encouraged to go out and build visibility in social channels. That takes more time, and not all of us are wired as content creators. But here's the good news. With AI, you don't need to become a content creator because you already know what the right things are to say every day. So you explain coverage, you answer questions, you just don't say it in a way that people see consistently. It's not in content format. So I would say you don't have a content problem, you have a translation problem of how to get your knowledge into content for the social channels. And that's the gap. What if you could take everything that you say each day, your knowledge, the questions people keep asking, and turn it into a post that people actually read? So I've created a content GPT that runs in ChatGPT that you can use. And I'm going to show you a quick demo. When you click through the link, you're going to come here. You don't need a paid version of ChatGPT. The free version will work. None of this information is recorded, and you can use this. So I can't see anything that you're putting in here or creating content around. So the first 2 boxes are for putting in your ideas. I have been doing content marketing for 20 years. I believe that the content should be unique. It should be unique to you. We've all seen AI content. This is just junk. So the first 2 boxes, a question asks you all the time. What do they ask all the time? This is great ways to make content. The other thing is a situation you've seen happen recently. So you might see a misunderstanding. You might have a client tell you a story. These 2 are your inputs, and it's going to ask you for your input. The other 2 will generate content. So something people misunderstand or a seasonal issue people aren't thinking about. So I'm going to type in here, this is a true story. Last fall, my client hit a deer. This happened to us. The cost was $11,000 to fix the damage, and they paid $200 out of pocket. How can I express the importance of the right type of coverage? So that's a unique situation, and we're going to hit the up arrow to enter that. So it will create 3 posts. I like 3 posts because out of the 3, you can usually find one that you really like. So the first post is, most people think hitting a deer is just bad luck, and it is, but what happens after, that's not luck. Last fall, one of my clients hit a deer, $11,000 damage, they paid $200. This is where things go wrong for a lot of people. They assume full coverage is fine without knowing really what they have, because the right coverage doesn't matter until it really does. So the next one, I'm covered, I have insurance. That's what most people believe until something actually happens. Last fall, a client of mine hit a deer. The repair bill came out $11,000. Same accident, different coverage, and the numbers look very different. This is something I see all the time. People aren't underinsured on purpose. They just don't realize where the gaps are until the moment they find out. And the third one is here too. So it will ask you, do you want to try more like this or a different angle? And it's really pretty helpful. So the next thing that's cool is create an image from post number 1. ChatGPT, I don't know if you've tried creating images in the past, but it was pretty bad. Words were misspelled, it was wonky, but they've really, really tightened it up and gotten it a lot better. So we're going to let this build. I think that the biggest thing about content is it's so hard to create unique, original pieces and think about. My suggestion to you is having a notepad where you can take notes about meetings, take notes about stories, take notes about things that you could potentially write about. And then, like if you use this GPT, you can create content that's unique to you. It represents your knowledge. And when you post it in the social channels, then you have something that, is interesting, and it will save you a lot of time. So this post has the imagery and it has information, and it's been doing a really beautiful job. So there's a button here that you can click on download, and it'll put it on your hard drive so you can upload it to either Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, wherever you're posting. If you don't like it, ask it to make a new image, but give it direction, and it will help you with that. So let's go and give me a seasonal post. The one thing about living in Minnesota is that we have 4 seasons. I mean, it's snowing here in April today, but here it will give you some ideas to post. You don't need to give it your ideas. Most people think spring just means nicer weather, but around here it also means more deer movement and more accidents. So it's thinking about the deer story. Winter is the dangerous season for driving. It's a deer. Most people don't connect spring with insurance. They think warmer weather. So you can look through these and decide. And if it says, do you want a different angle? Let's say different angle. Let's talk about water damage in spring. Okay, so it's going to write about sump pumps that fail. How many of your clients have that issue in Minnesota with all of our basements here? So it's really fun. I hope you give it a try. If you have suggestions to make it better, please let me know. So what I love about the Content GPT is it'll help you create content that lets you share your knowledge and also educate the public. That's what they're looking for. And it puts it in a format that's really good context for publishing. So my question is, would you post those? Are they good enough? And how much time can that save you? So the Content GPT helps you show up. It's a use case for AI that can take your knowledge and translate it into really good content and images to put in the social channels. That will build your visibility. The other way that I've talked about using AI is Zaboom, our tool, that gives you the time to keep showing up by calling your older leads and working through them and finding out who will talk with you. So to wrap this up, you can do less chasing by using AI. You can have more conversations, get more visibility, and be closing more. So what's next? I'm going to put in the description a link to these. So it's 3 O's in Zaboom, zaboom.com/insurance. Go to our website and you can talk to Ellie. The other one is to get the GPT. It's at bit.ly/Zaboom. I'm showing you the website at zaboom.com/insurance. So if you'd like to try out the Voice AI, we have a demo on our website. It's this green widget, and you can talk to Courtney. And Courtney is the Voice AI that will give you a demo of what it would be for to experience, what people are experiencing when they get a call from Voice AI. You can talk to her and go through her, she'll try to verify and ask for information. You can challenge her. Some people say, is this AI? Some people are happy about talking to AI. Some people aren't. Some people don't notice. And what's nice is she'll give you a little demo of what it sounds like. So then if you want, you can book a call with us and we can talk about your situation. And thank you for listening. Excited? Please take a moment to go to the bit.ly/Zaboom and check out the Content GPT. I hope it'll save you a lot of time.